COVID-19 is a human-to-human transmitting infectious disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which originated from Huanan Seafood Wholesale Market in the city Wuhan of Hubei province of China. This disease spread from Wuhan to other major cities of China via locals and then to other countries via international tourists. The majority tourists were from European and Asian countries. Top affected countries are Italy, Spain, US and other European and Asian countries. Over 21 lakhs coronavirus cases are confirmed yet worldwide, with above 1.44 lakhs confirmed death. SARS-CoV-2 is positive stranded RNA virus. Inside the coronavirus, genetic material have the information to replicate itself. It is covered by a protein shell having hard protective cover which has 60 to 140 nm diameter. The outer envelope of coronavirus have protein spikes all over it which helps it get attached with target cell. Due to these glycoprotein spikes, it gets crown-like appearance. The coronavirus looks and behave like the influenza virus because both attack cell by attaching. When a person having COVID-19 coughs or exhales from his mouth or nose, the small droplets gets immediately spread in air of range about 6 feet. When these droplets gets into nearby person, it infects that person. These droplets can land on hands and may spread with simple handshake. Even after this, it can spread by unknowingly touching our eyes, mouth, or nose. The virus is also able to survive on different types of surfaces for long period of time, so touching these contaminated surfaces may also lead to the spread of infection. Since the virus of the infected person may travel through air or hands and land into our nose and then into our lungs. Once inside our body, the virus comes in contact with the cells of throat, nose, or lungs. Spikes of the coronavirus gets attached with the receptors of our cells, then it gets inside the cell membrane. A typical flu virus moves inside the cell in a sac of protein to the nucleus. On the other hand, coronavirus doesn't need to get inside the host's nucleus. It can directly access the ribosomes of the host cell. Ribosomes are part of nucleus. Ribosomes use the genetic information from the virus to make viral proteins like spikes on the surface of coronavirus. The packaging structures in our cell then carries the spikes in vesicles which merge with our cell's outer layer of cell membrane. All the parts needed to make new virus are gathered just beneath our cell membrane. The new virus begins to bud off from the cell membrane. Now, the question is how our body develops pneumonia in our lungs. For this we have to look into our lungs. Since each lungs have separate section called lobes. Normally when we breathe, air moves freely through our trachea windpipe, then through our large tubes called bronchi to smaller tubes called bronchioles, and finally into our tiny sacs called alveoles. Our airways and alveoles are flexible and springy. When we breathe in, each air sac inflates like a small balloon. And, when we exhale, the sacs deflate. The blood vessels called capillaries surround our alveoli. Oxygen from the air we breathe passes into our capillaries, and then the carbon dioxide from our body passes out of our capillaries into our alveoli so that our lungs get rid of it when exhale. Our airways get germs in the mucus that lies in our trachea, bronchi and bronchioles. In our healthy body, hair-like cilia lining the tubes constantly push the mucus and germs out of our airways where we might expel them by coughing or sneezing. Normally, cells of our immune system attack viruses and germs that may get passed through our mucus and cilia into our alveoles. However, if our immune system is weakened in the case of coronavirus infection, the virus can overwhelm our immune cells and our bronchioles and alveoles become inflamed and our immune system attacks multiplying viruses. The inflammation can cause our alveoles to fill with fluid, making it difficult to our body to get the oxygen it needs. We may develop lobar pneumonia where one lobe of our lungs is affected, or we could develop bronchopneumonia in which may lead to lung failure and WHO is continuously monitoring and responding to this outbreak. According to WHO, the most common symptoms of COVID-19 are sore throat, dry cough, tiredness, and fever. Some people become infected but don't develop any symptoms and don't feel unwell. In severe cases, breathing problems and diarrhea is found in patients. Study of different coronaviruses have led the most researchers to assume that people who have recovered from the SARS-CoV-2 infection could be protected from reinfection from period of time, but that assumption needs to be backed by empirical evidences. Some studies suggest otherwise. There are several different approaches to make potential vaccines against the coronavirus. The basic idea is that we would get a shot that contains faint version of the virus. The vaccine would expose our body to the version of the virus that is less harmful to cause infection to the body but just strong enough to simulate an immune response. Within few weeks, cells in our immune system will make markers called antibodies, which would be specific to only coronavirus or specifically for its spike proteins. When antibodies are released, these get attached to the coronavirus and then prevent virus to get attached with our cells. Then, our immune system starts to respond to the signals that antibodies and begin consuming and destroying the clumps of coronaviruses. If our body will catch the real virus on later stages, our body would recognize it and destroy it, or we could say that our body's immune system is now prived. Collecting evidences on whether this will be possible, safe, and effective is part of what researchers are taking so long to develop a vaccine. It's race against time to develop a vaccine in mid of pandemic. Each step in vaccine development usually takes months if not years. An Ebola vaccine broke records by being ready in 5 years. Hope here is to develop a coronavirus vaccine in record-breaking 12 to 18 months. World Health Organization has advised to take following measures in order to control spread of coronavirus: staying home or quarantine yourself and cut human-to-human transmission. Keep a safe distance of about 3 feet to 6 feet from an unhealthy person who is coughing or sneezing. Cover your nose and mouth with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Wash your hands for more than 20 seconds with soap or use 70% alcohol-based sanitizer. If you have a fever, a cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention. Call in advance. Follow the directions of your local health authority.